Like and subscribe now, or you're gonna have bad luck this week.
We all do get to be lucky in real life. Escaping an injury by inches, not getting hurt by a car crash, dodging a ball by millimeters, or even life after a plane crash. But not all of these get to be caught on camera. So here's a list of the top 10 people who were caught on camera being immensely lucky. Stick around to the end to see someone almost getting his head chopped off from a jet plane. Number 10. Let's start this off with this Volkswagen driver from Minnesota. The footage was caught from a security camera installed at the end of the street. The footage clearly shows a 3-story building that is on the verge of collapse as brick after brick fall from beneath it. The cars are traveling on the road as normal, completely avoiding the building collapsing, which may happen at any time. Suddenly, a Volkswagen car appears on the screen, and it just stops to see the building. I don't know what it sees from up there, but the driver reverses the car and steps back rather than going ahead. And car horns are just jamming at him, but he doesn't care about them. Then, just boom! The building collapses just as it's bombed from somewhere and just falls inches ahead of the car and the driver. The horns of all the cars and bikes behind him turn into appreciation and gestures of thank you. Maybe this one person just saved all of their lives. Whoosh! That was pretty close. On to the next one. Number 9. This is an example of how quickly thinking can help save somebody's or even your own life. People at subways are always in a hurry and don't really think straight most of the time. That results in many accidents there. And that is also why there aren't a lot of supervisors available there. Transportation supervisor John O'Connor was at the Coliseum Station, Oakland, keeping an eye on the crowd following the Oakland Raiders-Detroit Lions game when the man who was intoxicated stumbled and fell onto the tracks as a train was approaching. Surveillance video released by BART showed O'Connor, who happened to be standing feet away from the platform, lunge for the man and pull him to safety just in the nick of time. John said that he was just fortunate that God put him there, and that the guy got to see another day. He explained that there was no time to really make a decision. He just looked and it just happened. Quick thinking helped him save a life. Our number 8 luckiest person to be caught on camera is this scuba diver who is about to dive deep into the sea. The diver just put on his mask and dived into the sea. As he is about to go down in the water, suddenly a shark just appears out of nowhere, opening his mouth, showing all of his killer jaws, 5 meters in front of this diver. That is a dreadful sight for the diver, as if he had just dived some meters ahead of his position, he would have been the shark's prey. But when you're lucky, everything goes your way. The diver gets help from his mates, who just help him get quickly back onto the ship. Oh, that was a narrow escape from death. One the diver will remember for a long time. Number 7. Russian soldiers are just built differently, as they are known to cheat death on a daily basis. We are not kidding. See for yourself in this video. The soldiers stand together in line to fire their guns in the same way as the American 21-gun salute. But most of them are, immature. As the soldiers fire their weapons, one of them in the first row survives getting shot in the head when his hat blows up after the guy behind him shoots. In another story, the soldier who has been dubbed the Russian Terminator was reportedly caught in the AK-47 crossfire between Russian and Chechnyan militants. He really cheated death after footage emerged of him having a bullet removed from his forehead with a pair of pliers. In the video, the man seemed undaunted by what was happening and remains calm as the procedure takes place. Russians are really a different breed. Number 6. Number 6 on our list is another miraculous save. This time, the victims are a married couple that is on the altar about to be pronounced husband and wife. The marriage is taking place on a beach, and the altar is set up across a tree. Someone in the guests just shot this video, which showed immensely lucky footage. The weather is bad, and suddenly lightning strikes. Lightning is a thing we all fear about, and there is 1 in a million chances that a person is struck by lightning would be alive after that. Lucky enough for this couple, the lightning strikes right on the tree beside the altar, inches away from the couple and the priests. Wow. The whole ceremony erupts as the guests stand up in shock, and the couple is just forced out of the altar along with the priest. That was the bride's and groom's escape on the biggest day ever. Now that's something to tell your children about your wedding day, isn't it? Number 5. Motocross is a form of off-road motorcycle racing held on enclosed off-road circuits. The sport evolved from motorcycle trail competitions held in the United Kingdom. Motocross is one of the most physically demanding sports, as riders use almost all of their muscles and shift weight to balance throughout the whole ride. Not every rider is that physically fit, so the riders are often subject to accidents, sometimes like what happened here at a motocross racing event when a rider lost his balance and slipped while making a jump from a ramp. But it wasn't the rider whose life was in danger. It was the guy taking the video on a phone. As you can see, the race crashes and then slips towards the guy in the red hoodie holding a phone. He casually jumps and avoids the bike, which crashes into a tree behind him. We are fascinated by the coolness of this guy in the red hoodie as he goes back to taking the call right after making the jump and surviving what could have been a severe accident. Number 4. As we can see in this video, a group of friends just celebrating a birthday on a yacht. One of my friends is making a video of the sea and the mountains to cover it. As he focuses his camera on the sea, suddenly a giant whale just comes out of the sea and goes right back in the water, splashing water all over the yacht and onto every person as they are stunned and just cannot believe their eyes at what they have seen. A slowed up version of the video clearly shows just how near the whale was to the yacht. Just some inches right or left and the whale would have destroyed the yacht and everyone in the yacht would have been in the water. With this freezing water and little life-saving equipment, that would have been fatal. The crew got immensely lucky to be alive after this incident. They quickly would have stormed off the sea and the celebrations would have been halted. That's what anyone would do after surviving such a major hit. Number 3. Skydiving instructor Mark Robinson was at 12,000 feet, just seconds away from his fourth and final jump of the day, when a second plane carrying other skydivers struck the aircraft he was in, sending them all tumbling towards the ground. None of the 9 skydivers or 2 pilots sustained serious injury when the 2 planes collided in midair. Robinson said the skydivers had gone up for their last jump of the day, called the sunset load, and the 2 planes were flying in formation. It was supposed to be a routine jump and a fun one for Robinson, who usually jumps as a trainer. All the skydivers were instructors or coaches and had hundreds, if not thousands, of jumps under their belts. As all of them positioned to jump, the planes collided and all of the skydivers were forcibly thrown into the air. Luckily, everyone survived and no one was injured, just traumatized. Number 2. Next, we have an incident at a football ground, a match in Egypt's second-tier league match. As the referee gives a corner and the players of the opposing team come to take a corner, there is an object thrown by someone from the crowd right at the player's foot. He just looks at it, picks it up, and throws it right down, and goes on to take the corner kick. Suddenly, another player comes and picks up the object and throws it down on the ground away from the players. And as it lands away from the touchline, it's a blast with smoke coming out. The players and referees rush away from it. The object was a small bomb that could easily have injured or caused fatal bruises on the players. All thanks to the guy in yellow. I don't know whether he knew what he was doing or just an unintentional lucky moment, but by the looks of it, surely it's one hell of an escape, and that's why it's our second place. Number 1. Motorcycle and car racing are something that a lot of people will enjoy. Motorcycle and car racing can be thrilling sports to watch, but believe it or not, plane racing is also a thing. As you can imagine, it comes with its fair share of risks, most of which you would expect to take place in the air, but in this video, we see a racer who is experiencing engine problems. Early on, we can see the pilot struggling to signal officials. Unfortunately, he is unable to attract their attention, and a few moments later, it leads to a situation you have to see to believe. Moments after the pilot began signaling for help, another plane takes off, nearly decapitating the motionless driver. As we watch the footage, it is clear that the pilot was extremely lucky to make it out alive. Have you ever had any life-saving luck like you've seen in this video? Let us know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.